The internet has been lying to you about the trades. Construction isn't some get rich quick scheme that a lot of people are making it out to seem. And it's also not some like low level fallback career that like your teachers, guidance counselors, or maybe even your parents scared you into believing it was. Construction is probably one of the most beautiful, fulfilling career options that you can have, but it's one of the most misunderstood industries in America, if not the world. I decided to create this channel because I'm just sick and tired of all the gurus, everybody that's talking about freaking all the rainbows and unicorns about getting into the trades right now. I want to show you what it's like to actually be in the dirt. I want to talk to you about the realities about what it's like to not only work in construction, but what it's like running a business as a solo contractor in construction. Because it's, like I said, beautiful, amazing, but it's all it's definitely not all rainbows and sunshine. Um, my name is Paul Kilzewski. I'm super glad and happy that you're listening to my channel. My company name is FREA. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm saying all this as if I'm talking to real people. There's nobody listening right now. But yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing this at 7 p.m. on a Thursday. Uh, just talking into the void is because I'm just so sick and tired and over it. Like, people are out here, oh, I became a GC and I make $50,000 of revenue a month and have zero experience in construction. And here's how I did it. And buy my course and I'll tell you how. And comment, warrior or whatever. And I'll give you the intro course for free. Like, a couple things. If you're making with zero experience or zero knowledge 50K a month in revenue in construction, you wouldn't be selling a course. You would be doubling, if not tripling down everything in your power to scale that number because that growth is dumb. That's one. Two, revenue does not equal profit. Just because, and let's just say the 50K in revenue a month is true, but they're subbing out all their work, like, unless they're marking up on average and hitting a 40% markup on every single job, they're really not making that much money on a monthly basis. And I seriously doubt that they're hitting that number if they have zero experience. And the third and final thing, which is the most crazy thing of all, is like, these people are going to, you cannot go and work on somebody's home and have a code violation and potentially injure them, even if you have general liability insurance, and then claim negligence or try to punt off the blame to your subcontractor and expect to be okay. Like, you cannot take a job and say, hey, I'm going to go build these stairs in your house. And if the stairs end up collapsing and killing somebody, you can't just go, oh, I'm just a GC. I subbed out the work. I didn't know. Like, no, you're going to go to jail, dude. So for the people that are listening to these people, like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the dude that you should be watching. No, better yet, I actually am probably the dude you should be watching because I'm going to keep you out of jail. I'm going to keep you from going bankrupt and I'm going to keep you from getting. I digress. I want to talk about why construction is fulfilling. To let all you know, I've done both. I've done the white collar thing, I've done the blue collar thing. I've worked in an office, I've worked in the field. I have gotten dirty. I've gotten clean clothes from the dry cleaners to show up to meetings. Like, I've done both sides of the equation. They each have their pros and cons. When you work in an office, for the most part, not everybody, but the work is extremely mind numbing. But your body doesn't get damaged. Like, I was able to go to the gym after work and like crush a workout because I wasn't, hauling concrete for 8 hours a day. Sending 100 emails a day and like calling 50 people a day and just having the same monotonous like conversation, like with multiple people trying to sell them some stupid product that I don't really believe in, made me want to rip my skin off. On the flip side, things in construction, look, your body is going to get beaten down. It is going to get broken if you don't take care of it. That's the big thing. All these old school players, they're like, my knees, my back's messed up, my shoulder, my knees, this, and that. It's like, homie, when was the last time you went to yoga? When was the last time you ate a vegetable? Right? No, like you probably, and this is no hate on people in the trades, but like you probably went home, crushed a six pack, ate like a frozen dinner, and called it a day. Like you just probably weren't taking care of your body. But also that being said, going to the gym after work is substantially harder because again, you're it's manual labor. It's tough. You're you know hauling concrete, hauling wood, whatever. Like it doesn't really matter. Like it's you're moving your body for 8 hours a day. But there is nothing better than seeing the progress that you make at the end of every single day, whether it be demolition, whether it be electric, whether it be plumbing, whether it be drywall, whether it be framing, it, like trim work, doesn't matter. Like you see a tangible thing that you built with your hands at the end of the day, and you get to feel an incredible sense of accomplishment and pride in that you just simply do not get by clicking send and sending 100 emails. It's not the same thing. It will never compare to be the same thing. More so, it's art. I don't care who disagrees with me, you're wrong. If you disagree with me, you're probably poor and just can't afford high quality craftsmanship. Why is it art? Because the Notre Dame, the Sistine Chapel, like all these buildings in Europe that are famous for its historical value, classified as pieces of art, were built by tradesmen. The reason we pivoted away from that, all of it boils down to finances, which I'm going to cover on a different day because that's like a whole thing. When you watch a master, like a master carpenter, put together high quality trim work and railings, especially stair railings, there's it's art. And I'm sorry if your extent of design taste is like basic shaker cabinets and some beige color off gray wall and white baseboards and like a standard 6 panel door like I have here in my apartment, like again, budget and lack of creativity and imagination. But don't come at me and tell me it's not art. Very frustrating when people tell me otherwise. Yeah, I mean, it's also very intellectually stimulating at the same time. There's a lot of math involved. Managers in the field, foremen, supers, people that run businesses, you need a basic understanding of math. And I don't care, again, like you could be putting up drywall. You need to know how many sheets, how much excess material there's going to be, how much cutoff, how much extra panels you need to buy. You need to, if you're a painter, you got to know how many gallons per square feet you can cover and how many gallons you need to purchase. If you're putting up a roof, you got to know what the pitch and slope is and what angle to cut the rafters at. Like it's all geometry, and to have people point their fingers at trades folks and say, "Oh, that's a bottom barrel job. That's you don't have to be smart to do that. You're just some dude pushing a broom or carrying concrete." Like, yeah, sure, entry level. Yeah, entry level. That's what you're doing. But if you want to be good, if you want to grow and scale in the industry, you need to learn math. Like you can't just be some idiot skating by thinking that you can build an entire house or a skyscraper or whatever it may be without having a basic understanding. This like ethos that we have of looking down on tradespeople in America is just so shameful because it's not just impacting kids, it impacts people in the trades. It has a contagion effect of like it's difficult to find relationships because a lot of women, you go and you tell them like, "Oh, I'm in construction," and they just immediately think like, "Oh, you're poor and dumb," which, honestly is a great filter because if you think that about me, like, yo, great. You're one less person I have to worry about wasting my energy on. But for a lot of guys out there and, women looking for partners as well, I'm not, saying that it's only men in construction, but for people in construction to find partners when people have this attitude and outlook on the trades, it's really upsetting because it leads to loneliness. And there's already a high enough, addiction and suicide rate in the trades. Like we don't need to exacerbate. I think that's why people in the industry get along so well. Nothing like being on a crew. And that's one thing that I really miss, like working with other people, because I'm a solo dude now, and like besides like occasionally working with my subs when we're on site at the same time, it's pretty lonely. But there's like when you're just on a job with your homies and you kind of just like misery loves company type of mentality where it's freezing cold outside, you're doing some freaking job that should have taken, 2 hours, but it's taken 4 or 5, and you guys are all just cracking jokes with each other, and like, HR doesn't really exist in the best way possible, like there's nothing like it. It really, I don't want to say family because at the end of the day, it's business. They're your coworkers, but there's a level of understanding and kind of like camaraderie that is in construction that just doesn't exist in the white collar industry that I've found and I've experienced. Maybe it's different at some companies. I know it's very popular for all these tech startups to be like, we're a family and we're building a unicorn, but also we're going to have layoffs every 3 months. Um, it's less, I don't know, man. It's just a lot less cutthroat, I feel like, when it comes to people looking to stab you in the back just to gain an inch within the company. So, yeah, it's a good industry to work with if you're looking for good people and you care about what your coworkers are like. Yeah, I mean, again, I want to make this video, this content. I'm 30 years old. I have, against my will and partially I've been for it, groomed to be in this position. My entire family's contractors. When I was a kid, I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad instead of, Dr. Seuss or whatever. I don't know what books kids were reading when they're 10 years old. Harry Potter. I wasn't reading Harry Potter. I was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Um, but just what's going on social media right now and like just the state of the world of how people don't want to work in the trades just really grinds my gears. And tradespeople are also, they're not helping the cause either. Like everybody's screaming join a union, my pay package is $100 an hour, but it's like, yeah, dude, that's your pay package. That's your salary or your hourly rate, all your vacation days, sick days, holidays, your health insurance, dental, vision, all this stuff jumbled up into one. And it's like, yo, I get it. You're trying to boast and attract other people, but at the same time, you don't have like people in white collar jobs that are making 50 to 75 a year saying that they're making 100 to 125 when they're including their total comp package. Like that's crazy talk. Don't do that. And especially you union guys, like no hating on the union. I don't care. Go union, don't go union. That's a personal decision for people. Don't act like half your paycheck doesn't go to the pension, right? So like, what are you actually taking home? And you should be honest about that because when you're not and people sign up for the union and they're not getting the money that they expected, they're gonna go work at Amazon or something that's easier, that's not gonna destroy their body. It's just tough out here, man. There's a long history of the trades. Our entire country, our entire civilization was built on people, blue collar workers, the electrical system, the oil system. Like it's all people working with their hands, and the fact that it's now being capitalized as a get rich quick scheme by content creators and just perpetually looked down upon by other people, it just keep going. Some more things that are misunderstood. Going back to your body, I talked about this a little bit. You got to take care of it. People saying, cool, pay package, $100 an hour. They're not talking about working in the winter when it's 24 degrees outside and your knees hurt, your hands are swollen because you've been using a jackhammer for 8 hours a day the past couple days. You get tinnitus. Everybody says wear earplugs. Man, go to any job site. Unless it's like you're actually using a jackhammer, nobody's wearing earplugs. And it's on average, you're looking at like 95 to 105 decibels on a job site, even without the use of like heavy duty tools. And that does damage quickly. So by the time you end up coming to retire, you're pretty broken. You're busted up, which is why you need an exit plan, why you need to take care of your body. But again, it's not all rainbows and sunshine. Running a business, ah, where do I even begin? Hey, I need help with this. Cool, it's going to cost this much. Okay, sure. When can you come by to do a walkthrough? Okay, walkthrough, quote, estimate, get the materials ready, ask for a deposit. Oh, actually, we're going to move into a different direction. Next job. Hey, we're done. Oh, actually, we decided that we want to paint the room a different color. Um, but you 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 haven't started painting, so can we change the color? It's like, yeah, but I already bought all the paint. They're like, yes, yeah, but you haven't painted yet, so like, why does that matter? It's like, well, because I spent the money to buy it. If you want to change the color, we could keep the labor the same, but you're gonna have to buy more paint. And they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't have bought paint. You should have waited. Bookkeeping, marketing, advertising, doing stuff like this, trying to take care of your dog, plan a wedding with your fiance, do leisure activities like playing disc golf, good luck. I mean, the upside is there's no cap. There's no cap on the upside, but it's a lot of work, especially when you're just starting out. And when you're buying into these videos of I just started with zero experience and I'm making 50K a month, that's garbage. That's not true. And if it is, it's an outlier. And I want to see what the actual numbers is. I want to see what their margins on their job is. I want to see what their customer feedback is, because there's nobody with zero experience just goes out there and consistently, this is the keyword, consistently does work like that and stays in business. There's a reason why construction is one of the top 3 industries of turnover of new businesses. It's why they're selling you a course. They are selling you a course, revenue projections that are possibly made up or true, who knows, to supplement their income. You are their product. They do not care about you. So if you want to start a business, stay on my channel. I'm going to be talking about this a lot because it's not easy and I need to vent, but I also want to educate people a little bit and it's fun for me. Last couple things. I'm here to show you the truth. My truth, the authentic truth that I live and breathe in this world, what it's like to work in construction, what it's like to run a business, what it's like to try to have a family, raise a dog, spend time with your friends, because it's not easy. There's no book on this. You kind of just figure it out as you go. And I know there's a lot of people that live life without purpose. And I think one of the biggest downfalls of where we're at in society right now, because without purpose, you have no hope. And without hope, the future looks bleak. And if the future looks bleak, then what's the point of today? If you feel like that, go to Home Depot, buy a hammer, get some 2x4s, get a saw, a sheet of plywood, and just build a box. The box doesn't even need to serve a purpose, but build a box. And I promise you, after you build that box, you will feel better about yourself. You will feel a sense of accomplishment. It's similar to like going to the gym and like getting your body moving. But again, you have a real tangible asset in front of you that you built. That's kind of what this channel is all about. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked what I said. I'm always going to be transparent and honest with you. I'm going to share you numbers coming up this year in the future. I'm going to share projects with you. I'm going to record just stupid videos of day in and day out of stuff that I do. Probably include some golf videos, disc golf videos, bunch of pictures of my dog, most likely. If you're a pro, I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know what you think. Maybe you love it, maybe you disagree with what I'm saying. I'm always open to hear feedback. My whole business model is to be free with worry free. Or I'm cooked. This is how tired I am. It's my 12-hour day so far. My business motto is be free, be worry free with home free. And I try to carry that out in my day-to-day life and my business life because there's so many crooks out there. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them in the construction industry. And I'm just trying to show a little bit of transparency into what it's like that I'm a real person. I'm not out here to rob anybody or do anybody harm. Just trying to get people to become worry free because at the end of the day, living life without worry is a crucial piece to have.